Hello future tech leaders, I am Sindhuja. Based on my own experience, I know that learning the right skills can shape our future. What if I say learning was as thrilled as the tech world itself? There we go. A CloudFoundation, that's exactly what you will experience. From day one, you will be immersed in the interactive sessions and expert-led courses that covers most of the widely used technologies in the zone of data science to cloud computing, which brings more light to the life of a techie. I'm so excited to help you and unlock the true potential of a technology. Well, then why to wait? Let's see what it unfolds.
Then, moving on to what we're going to look at is aspects related to duplicate and temporary cases. We will talk about what are duplicate and what are temporary cases. Why are they important? Let's talk about this. What are duplicate cases here? How do I know that the case is duplicate, or why is it important to know it's a duplicate case? Why not just process both of them? Talking in a business scenario, suppose, let's take the scenario where you are dealing with an insurance-based application. Now, suppose there is some ailment in the family. One of the family member is going through a surgery or something. The surgery is successful, all good. Now you can claim for the surgery from your insurance provider. For example, assume today you have raised a claim request. You have given in all the documents, all the details and surgery details. All of it you have given. Then probably after next week, again you are raising the claim request and it says it is processing. Both your claim requests are processed and you received your amount. Are they duplicate requests? Yes, for the same. You have raised two requests and you received amount for both of them. Look at the financial loss that is going to happen from the insurance provider. Along with the aspects of your data management or time taken for handling the claim request. Along with all of that, there is also monitoring loss coming up. Yes, it's always good to duplicate cases when it comes to business transactions. Rather than the time saving or rather than the data management, then the monetary benefits are probably the monetary losses is what impacts a lot when it comes to duplicate cases. It's always a good practice to include the identification of duplicate cases in your applications. Now let's take one more simple scenario here. Suppose you have ordered some groceries or probably let's take this video. For example, for today dinner, you have ordered something. The same order, you are repeating it for tomorrow as well. The address is going to be the same, the payment is the same, the amount is the same, the items are the same. Now would Swiggy reject you, saying that this is a duplicate case? We cannot take duplicate orders. No, it wouldn't be the scenario. How would I decide whether it is going to be a duplicate or not? It depends upon the kind of entities that you are having on the transaction. What are the most unique aspects that you have on your application and what if they match? Should I consider them as duplicate or no? That depends upon the uniqueness of the entities that you are handling on the application. I should not say that your address is the same, the order details is the same, the payment is same. It's a duplicate order. The date is going to be different there. The time could be different. I should consider those things before judging it as a duplicate transaction. Now, like I said, this identification of duplicate cases is not just randomly done. We have our criteria coming up here. We will be designing a set of conditions. The set of conditions are classified in basic and weighted conditions. Basic conditions are when probably the basic entities match, whereas weighted conditions will give you a specific weightage. For each of the matching entities, you will get a weightage added. And then, finally, it is correlated against a standard weightage that you mentioned. Let's go ahead and see how this is going to happen. This is a quick illustration of how you can find the duplicate cases. Yes, I have given all my weighted conditions, standard basic conditions, all of it. But system is not going to decide, just going to show that this might be a potential duplicate. Remember this term, potential duplicate. System might be potential duplicate, but again the authority lies with the person sitting who is looking after these transactions. A choice of the operator, the customer representative, or whoever is working to decide if it is really a duplicate or not. But the system is not going to decide it. It's not going to take any decision on its own. It will just show this might be a duplicate, but the decision lies with the customer representative or, the end user, whoever is working on these transactions. Go ahead, we will try to see this scenario. Before that, let us add in some entities or fields that accordingly we can design our conditions. For example, this is related to the recruitment. Let me add in this first name, last name. And maybe email. For email, I'm going to choose the type as email itself. I'm going to use phone. And then maybe the unique identifier, or probably the most called unique aspect here, is going to be the PAN number. For example, now I did not configure any duplicate search bar. What we'll do is we'll run two cases with the exact same information. We'll see what happens. We'll run two cases C1 and C2. We'll see how is the system going to react with the exact same data in both the transactions. Let's go ahead. This is part of my create stage that we have. Yes, let's give in some details here. For example, first name email sa maybe, see email phone. For example, the details that we have. Some The case just proceeds further because for the rest of the aspects, we don't have any views defined. It would just proceed for us. Let me create one more transaction with the exact same details. Let's proceed. I'm going to give in the exact same details. The system just proceeds. It isn't stopping me. It isn't identifying anything. It just proceeds. Which is absolutely, like you said, a wastage of effort, wastage of time, then space, and then obviously monetary aspects. And just applying for the same job again and again, and I'm still processing it, which should not happen. That's where now we would be using a shape designed for identifying the duplicate cases. And it is going to be one more. Have a step designed for searching or identifying the duplicate cases. Search duplicate cases. This automatically searches for duplicate cases depending upon the conditions. But whenever you get the basic information required for identifying the duplicate cases, immediately you can have it. Or the very next step could be your duplicate case search. You are in turn again kind of reducing the effort. As and when you get the basic level of information, you can define your duplicate case search. Now here comes the configurations. What is the basic condition that you're checking for your duplicate search? Whenever maybe my first name and last name of a candidate are same, I can consider that to be a basic condition. I think the candidates can have same first and last names. Just with regard to that, I cannot disqualify them saying this is a duplicate case. That they could be probably the basic conditions. Let me add this information. My first name is same. Let me take it down. And similarly, when I want the last name as well, you can add, and let me add another condition also, which is for last name. Last name is the same. And where is this comparison coming from? It's coming from each entry that you make will be compared with existing set of records on the system. Your current case details are compared against the system of records. My basic conditions are first name and last name are same. But just depending upon that, I cannot decide it's a duplicate. Then what do I need is my weighted conditions. You can give a weightage for each specific entity here. If two candidates give the same PAN number, then definitely it is a duplicate. Yes. Let me give the highest weightage for PAN details. And what is it corresponding to? Let me select. You can give another field and then you can select the. Now if PAN is same in two cases, then I will see or I will get the weightage added as 50. Likewise, I can give in different weighted conditions. Maybe the other one could be email. The most unique one will have the highest weightage. For example, now your total weightage is 100 and you can give the threshold. This is going to be the threshold against which the overall weightage is calculated across. For example, now if I give this as 80, which means whenever all your weighted conditions sum is more than 80, then only the system will consider this as a potential duplicate. For example, let me give it 70. What all combinations can you have when it is 70? Which means either the PAN and email should be same or PAN and phone should be same. In the other scenario, when just email and phone are same, I will not consider that as a duplicate case. This completely depends upon the kind of business which we are dealing with and the entities that are involved. Let's see this. Check. For example, now let's see, I'm going to give the exact same details again. Now every detail is the same as our two other earlier cases in Tharum 1 and in Tharum 2. Let's see. We see that the current case was identified as a potential duplicate for these two cases. For both the cases, this is going to be a duplicate. Now I can also see why is it shown here. You can see the weighted conditions against which it is calculated. That we have given us 70, but unfortunately the aggregated score that we have got is 100 because all the entities matched. You can see what is the score corresponding to each one of it. It is the same. I got 50 added, then 30 added, and then 20 added. My score is greater than the threshold 70. The system identified that as a duplicate. Now, in the eyes of the person working here, be a service representative or whoever it is, he can decide whether is this an actual duplicate or can he still proceed. If he chooses to ignore and continue, this would just be acted like any other transaction. Now maybe I can just ignore. I would like to continue. Yes, the case just proceeds like any other transaction. But what if he decides no, or probably he decides that, yes, this is a duplicate. Then what happens is, let's see that scenario. What if the basic conditions do not match? Your first name and last name are not same. Then there's no point of going ahead and calculating the weighted conditions at all. Suppose for phone, I'm going to use something else. Here, if you see aggregate, PAN and email are the same. Even though the phone number is different, I still see the system identified it as a potential duplicate. Now, if I would like to, yes, I see that this case is a potential duplicate for the rest of the cases. I can close this as a duplicate and I can tell with which case it is a duplicate. I can choose one and I can submit. Your case would no longer proceed further. It is just resolved as a duplicate. And finally, do not forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel.